Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video I want to talk a little bit about Finviz and how to use it to find short interest stocks with high volumes. So if you're interested in that, I've got two examples in this video. We're going to run through those. Stick around. I think you're going to like what I have. This is a financial visualization and I'm looking for the highest short float interest, high volume stocks. So what I put in here, I went to average volume. You can see in the drop down, it allows you to select a series of numbers. I put in 1 million here, shares outstanding 1 million, short float, I wanted the highest short float possible, and then current volume. And these shorted stocks, when people decide to jump into these, and this seems to be a short-term strategy for some trade investors, but also this gives you visibility as to what are people betting against. And like I've said before, I think in a previous video, am I holding these and should I be aware of a stock that is being shorted? Because fundamentally something might not be going right. So these are definitely not recommended buys unless you know how to play the short game, and these short squeezes can happen very quick and there can be volatile action that is happening super fast. So you can see I've filtered by volume, and this overview tab gives you a price and also it gives you a sector. So I would also recommend that if you add something to your portfolio, do you have something in healthcare? Do you have something in technology? Do you have something in industrials? So that's another way to keep your industries and sectors diversified, to say, look, I've got EV, I've got auto manufacturers, and then you can also look at the country. You know, you may want to stay away from China-based stocks just due to volatility over there. So there's a lot of great information on the overview tab. There's also technicals, which can give you a quick snapshot of the chart. So there's a lot of great information. If you haven't used this as a tool, you're an investor, you're a serious investor. If you're an amateur investor, you know, this is a place to explore. And also the news tab, I would definitely look at that because that can generate some highly volatile action in stock prices. So support.com, you can see here 77 million trade volume today, and this is going to be a current daily trade volume. I'll just tell you, just by looking at that number, it's huge, it's big. What is going on with that? And if it's shorted, why are so many people trading this? So support.com, I'll give you the short answer here by just showing you. I've got Tattoo Chef pulled up because that's the second one, and I want to walk through that also. But support.com, that basically this is a business process sourcing security software business that just confirmed the date for their merger, and I'll show you that news article here. And because they have, and this is a good thing, this was up nearly 20% before, but if you have a date can be considered a catalyst. And if you watch this, if it gets down low enough this month, and as we approach this September 10th date, about a week to 2 weeks before this date, if it gets low enough and you feel comfortable, this is a guaranteed date. They're going to hold this call, and it doesn't look like there's much behind it that's going to cause this merger not to happen. That could be a catalyst and something you could truly benefit from. You can see the volumes here on this front page, and you could follow that. So definitely something that I wanted to put in your toolkit. So Tattooed Chef, Tattooed Chef, and this is one where I would say I would click on the ownership tab. I would look at the insider own number. And when you've got an inside ownership number of 37%, you might say, wow, there's a lot of people that should be pretty smart that have a position in this, and they potentially could be adding to their position to average down or exiting their position if they don't believe in the company. And I don't think that's the fact for Tattoo Chef. So at what point do you start a position in this company or watch for insiders to sell and this stock price to go lower? So of course, not enough information here, but of course, you know, just out of curiosity, because that's the kind of guy I am, I looked into this a little bit closer. And we all know earnings is coming out for every one of these companies, and their earnings their revenue went well. It was up 46% year over year. But what happened with Tattoo Chef and if you already own this, you already know, is that they made some projections that were lower. And Tattoo Chef, if you wanted to take a look at Yahoo Finance, type in Yahoo Finance and click on the tab for options. This is a very quick way to go down and click on open interest for the upcoming August 20th. And now, of course, once we get past August 20th is very close, but just gives you an idea of how many calls people believe this is going up, and then how many puts people believe that this is going down, how much open interest and volume is trading there. And you can see here, I mean, there's some put potential here that looks a lot stronger than the call potential. It looks a little weak to me up here. But of course, I didn't spend a lot of time looking into this. So this isn't about what to select. It's just about, that is an option and a tool available to you to click on that options play. So options, what are people piling in on? And, here for support.com, I did the same thing. Here for the options play, you can see there's a lot of volume on this going up, and you can even see that it's a strike price on the highest interest and volume at $18. There's also a lot of volume for the $10, which it did trade in the $10 range. It went up all the way to $10 today and then came down to $8.35. And then if we go to the put, there's some people that bought some puts at the $4 strike price and a few at the $8 and $7. And maybe they got it up at the top at the $10. And that's what they're doing. They're trading there. So here's a $10. But you can see a lot more betting that this is going to go up. And just another option for you to look at when you're doing your trading. So support.com, of course, September 10th at 8 a.m. The iborrow.com website. Another thing you want to look at for the short interest, if you're playing that, is iborrow.com. Put the ticker symbol up here. And you want to look and see if there is a good amount of availability, which this is low for support.com, and a high fee. So the higher the fee, the more expensive it's going to be to carry this day over day. The people that are taking the short interest position out on this will not want to hold it as long. So you can see that this is a high fee, and typically you want to see that fee increase over time. So that's all I've got for this video. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Let me know if you're looking at something next week. What do you have your eyes on? There's still more earnings releases coming out. So that's all I've got, and I'll see you in the next one.